Okay, so today we're kicking off with food lab guidelines. This presentation will be split up amongst two narrations, so please look for the following one after this. Food lab guidelines. The food lab guidelines are the rules and regulations or the policies that pertain to working in the foods lab. Please note you will have to take a quiz within a day or two after this, and it will be based upon this PowerPoint. You must pass it to be able to cook in the foods lab. Should you not pass it, don't worry, just study and we'll have you retake again. All right, let's proceed. So first off, suitable clothing, what not to wear versus what you should. Oh, sorry, I went too far. Okay, so what not to wear. Baggy sleeves. Ladies, this pertains to you. This is your really long, flowing blouses, really frilly, pretty wear, dressy clothes. Extra long sleeves. This is more of your Under Armour or your running gear where you can put your sleeve up so your thumb goes through the cuff and it covers half your hand. And then for coats and jackets, we're referring to your winter coats, your outerwear. Not necessarily like a hoodie, but your North Face, your Columbia jackets, those do count. iPods and cell phones, those direct technologies where they come into a lot of contact with your flesh. So as for the baggy sleeves, the reason why we don't do it is because they can catch on pan handles and send a hot pan flying. Extra long sleeves is because of germs, contact with food, having that cuff. Coats and jackets, sanitation. So coats and jackets, they rarely get washed, maybe once a month. In fact, most times it's once per season, and that's about every 3 months. So grime, dirt, germs build up on your cuffs and just throughout the whole surface area. iPods and cell phones, 2 reasons. It's a safety and a sanitation issue on that one. They're a distractor. So since they are a distractor, you are not aware of your surroundings. By that, you have the potential to injure yourself or others. As for the sanitation, iPods, the earbuds go in your ear. They collect earwax. Even if you are a very clean person, they can still collect the earwax. And cell phones, because of saliva, fingers, and when you let them sit down on the countertops, come into cross-contamination with possible food sourcing. Also, I would like to note that for ladies, your dress shoes. Please do not wear high heels in the foods lab and do not wear open-toed flip-flops in the foods lab. Both are for safety. Tie back long hair, ladies and gentlemen. This refers to both of you. You will need to wear a headband, have your hair pulled back, something to which to have it contained. Sanitation, it's gross getting hair in food. We do not want you to shed into your food. Safety-wise, it's easy to catch on fire. Your hair is very flammable. And the other reason, I've actually seen a pastry chef once get pretty much scalped because her hair got caught in the KitchenAid mixer. Just ripped her hair right out. Now, if you're asking me probably what is my number one neurotic issue, that would be washing your hands. That is my most prevalent concern. And the reason why is this. Health inspectors, they'll stand there and actually count how many times employees will wash their hands. They'll stand there by a sink. I know chefs that will measure soap dispensers. Because washing your hands is the number one prevention of food-borne illness. It's amazing how much we carry underneath our nails and just on our surface, the skin. But more importantly, it is the number one prevention of just about all your flus and colds. So day to day, it's just to keep you healthy. When would you need to do this? Frequently. Very frequently. Most people don't do it enough. So this would be obviously after going to the bathroom, before starting a lab, after touching something germy like your hair, your face, your clothes, your books, phone, technology, pens. doorknobs, all that kind of stuff. After coughing and sneezing, yes, you may be one of the many people that cough and sneeze into their sleeve, which is good for you. However, that's still not good enough. And after touching potentially hazardous foods. So that would be raw meats and seafood, anything that you need to be cautious with. And then especially before touching what's called ready-to-eat food. So you're cutting up a pan of brownies. You're not going to cook that any further. It's already done. So that is a ready-to-eat food. How long would you need to do so? Well, sing the alphabet, twinkle, twinkle, little star, happy birthday. It's about 20 seconds is the guideline. The tools that you need, the resources or materials, hot water, soap, and paper towels. Yes, hot, but not scalding. It's warm enough to kill the bacteria. The hand soap, wash for 20 seconds, and then paper towels, because cloth towels, one, again, you're transferring germs, and then two is people tend to use those side towels. They turn around, they get them wet, and then they try to use them as oven mitts and just keeping yourself safe. Working in the lab. So these are the general guidelines for the lab functionings. Never borrow supplies from another lab. I put out every lab, the resources, the cooking, the food ingredients, and specialty equipment that we may be working with that day out in the lab prep stations. All that stuff needs to stay there unless I state otherwise. You should not be taking from the prep station. You should go to it with your mixing bowls, your measuring spoons, and measure from there. Now, let's say you are missing a piece of equipment out of your kitchen and the next one has it. Don't just go taking it, because give me a heads up so that I may go about and find it for you and possibly eliminate any potential conflicts. Kitchens 6, 5, and 4. Do not ever use the garbage disposals. Do not put food in them. Do not turn them on. Nothing. And the reason why is they're old. They're very, very old. Sometimes they don't even work. It's very infrequent. So if you put food down in it, we're not guaranteed to have them work. Do not put fingers in food. Do not use a tasting spoon. It's just gross. And do not put raw meat or hot pots on countertops. Doing dishes. On this slide, I just give a general layout for those who possibly never ever washed a dish before by hand. This is the basic methodology. Hot soapy water, dime-sized amount of soap, arranged into a logical sequence. Let's say your dining ware with dining ware. And then moving into your pots and pans. All right, moving on. Lab cleanup. So, generally you're all done cooking, eating, good times. One of the things I recommend, clean as you go, clean as you go, clean as you go. But we hit the very end of it. You guys were great. You're down at the very end. What you'll need to do is on all my surfaces, you'll need to clean it first, which means to be devoid of any debris or any visual items. So you're going to take soap and water and a wash rag, and you're going to wipe everything down, scrub everything down. Then you're going to turn around and spray all the surfaces with the Clorox Anywhere spray. That is an antibacterial killer. It's used in daycares. It's very safe to be around food items. And you're just going to spray that down and leave it be. Don't wipe it. Just let it do its mojo. Now, gas stoves. It says to clean with degreaser. Really, that is a rarity. That's not frequent. However, you will need to take the grates off, and you'll need to scrub out the grates, any food that drops down in there. And yes, I know it gets very hot, and we can work it out together, but it will be done. Same with those that work on the multi-surface, the glass stove tops, the smooth tops. You will still need to do the same procedure. You'll have to still scrub it down and sanitize it. And yes, it will be hot, but again, you can do it. Sweep floors, clean up spills. Lab safety. All right. My one and done. As you've gotten to know me, I'm a fairly relaxed person, but I do not handle roughhousing or pranks well. It leads to immediate removal from class. You're done. Because I cannot count on you for being safe, and I have to worry about the safety of all the others as well as yourself. So that's where that comes into mind. Keep your mind on what you're doing, so stay focused on your task, because again, we're working in a dangerous environment. Clean up as you go. It has been proven scientifically. I just actually read the study where they found by the minutes, they gathered all the minutes used, it takes more time to clean up at the very end than if you do a little bit here and a little bit there. You actually use less time. Close doors and drawers. People do not want to get gouges on their heads from running into the corners of cabinetry. Use the right tool for the job. Keep chairs pushed in. When I say to use the right tool for the job, by that is if you got to cut something, you cut it on a cutting board with a knife. You don't cut it in a bowl or a plate. Okay, common emergencies. Ooh, again, too fast. So you will need to know all 5 common emergencies, what they are, and just a general framework of how to take care or prevent. Cuts, burns, fires, broken glass, and chemical spills. Number 1, get my attention. Get your teacher's attention. Stay calm. Don't panic. If you have a cut, if it's small, it's minor, you go to the prep drawer up by kitchen 3, and you get yourself a Band-Aid, some Sandy wipes, finger cot to take care of yourself, and then you go about your business. You keep working in lab. If it's severe enough, yes, we will notify the school nurse, and she will either come down here or we send her to you. Same with burns. If it's very minor, just run it under cold running water for a good couple minutes. Otherwise, we will send you to the nurse and she will spray you. Fires, turn off the equipment, please. Don't just let it go. Use baking soda, or my preferred is use a pan or a lid to extinguish the fire. Okay, moving on to broken glass. All you need to note is this. 1, don't walk through it. Stay calm. Get a dustpan. Get a broom. We sweep all our broken glass up into paper bags and then duct tape them really well, and then put them into another bag, like a garbage bag or a grocery bag. And identifying it, what you do not want to do is just dump all the broken glass right into my garbage cans. The bags are very thin, and our custodians do an amazing job in taking care of us in our room, and I just want to do the same thing back in taking care of them and keeping them safe. Chemical spills, that one is just step away, get my attention, and then let me take care of it. Preventing cuts. Okay, so what you need to do is use knives properly. Don't juggle them. Carry a knife point down. Don't try to catch a falling knife. Granted, that is a natural reaction. However, just let it fall. Know where knives are located. Know where knives are located in the lab unit, and always put them back in the same place. Do not just chuck them into drawers, because if somebody reaches in, they can cut themselves. Place knives to the side of the sink and wash separately. Never put a knife in dishwater because you can't see. So when you reach down, you could possibly cut yourself very badly. And use caution when opening cans. Those edges, they get very, very sharp. All right, so this is going to conclude the first half, and the second half will follow up on the next podcast.